Hello guys, what is up? This is Christian from Extreme Boomers coming back out with another Task Force Operation video. Today's Task Force Operation is TANGO. It cost, I can't remember how much intel it cost. Like 120? I can't remember, before the update. This was before the update, so it doesn't matter now. But yes guys, they had 3 bases. This has been a hard one, just like the last one. So guys, this was a great up from the last one. So, let's jump right on into the attack. So the first one's attacked by, I can't remember who was attacked by, but yeah, so he places down all of his tanks, and he did a pretty good job. This cargo was an easy one, and the hardest one was actually the middle level. The last level, we took it on with our top 2 players, me and that other guy, Dave Fox. But yes, so he's moving in here with his tanks, and he's just taking down these buildings. He's taking down rocket launchers and shock launchers with his extra artillery, and he actually did a pretty good job. He cleared a lot of buildings, around, and we had a couple fail attacks in our task force, guys, but overall we managed to pull off a win, and we managed to defeat every single base. So this is, like I was saying, guys, this was a step up from the last task force we did. In the last task force we had to use every single attack, so I wasn't thinking would win this, but yes, we ended up winning it. So yeah, so he goes down, lost all his tanks, he cleared out a ton, and that was unfixed. And now this next one's defeated by that Kong Yang, and I don't know, I think it's from a different country because he's not very good with English. But yes, so first he's taking down that shock launcher, and he ended up not getting it in time, so he puts down another artillery, and yeah, so then he places down all of his troops. I thought he came from the bottom, but that was another map, and he ended up defeating this, which was awesome. And yeah, so he's flying his tanks not to the rocket launcher, but into the rocket launcher, and I don't know if I would have did that. I mean, it did prove him good, because it ended up not having some of the tanks getting hit by the rocket launcher, but now the flame is hooked onto them. The flame won't do too much because it's not that high leveled. So yeah, so once he takes down these 3 buildings, his tanks will go on to the HQ, and the HQ power source. It's the power source. I mean, the little things are called power cells. It's gonna go down. So, I don't think we need to watch the rest of the replay. He's kind of just taking down it with artillery and stuff, and it goes pretty well. Guys. It goes down fast, but yeah. Let's not watch the whole thing because I only got limited time today, guys. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. So, this Atlas was attacked by Tall Hedgehog, and let's see how he did. This was our hardest battle, guys. This was our hardest battle. So first he deploys all of his tanks down at the bottom here, and he's taking down that machine gun, then he moves into those flames, and goes pretty well. It goes very well for him. He did a pretty good attack, however, he did retreat, and he had 1 tank left. And like I said before, we can't have that in this task force. We need everyone to keep all their troops until they all die. And this guy didn't want to keep all the troops until they all die. So the shock launchers are actually latching onto that 1 tank, which makes it easy for the other tanks to kind of take down that machine gun. Okay, so the tanks move in, and now one of his tanks go down, and then his last tank, he should have let it continue because it would have took down the power cell and the machine gun, and it would have been good for him. But no, he retreats, and he saves his last tank. So he could have took out a little more, and I'm kind of mad that he didn't, because you only retreat if you have medics left, guys. And yeah, so this next one is attacked by Grove, and he's using hookah. And a little tip for you guys: you don't want to use hookah and medic. The extra power on the hookahs, that's gonna be worth the extra firepower. It's worth it. Low-level medics won't do anything barely, unless you have like top-level medics. Then it's pretty much a useless strategy. So yes, he's placing down all of his troops on the right side, and I think his goal was trying to take down those 2 shock launchers on the right side, and he ended up doing it. I'm pretty sure that was him who did it. But, okay, so that 1 heavy is being hooked up, and that's what the sniper towers are latching onto, because it's closest to them, which is nice, because it lets him get away with all of his other troops for a little while. So, yes, so he's moving in, he's taking down his power cells. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. He's taking down, I would have placed my barrages on the shock launchers, try to take those down, but he places them on the machine guns. Machine guns won't do too much against heavy Zuka. My opinion. Now that was kind of a fail on his part. He should have either smoked or shocked the shock launchers a little sooner. So yes, his troops are moving in. Heavies are tanking all these mines, and he's gonna end up taking one of these shock launchers out. Oh no, he didn't. Maybe it's the next guy I'm thinking of. And he too tried to retreat. So Grove and Hedgehog. Yeah, we're thinking about kicking Boom Ballistic or Hedgehog, just because they're not very active. Boom Ballistic is not very active at all. So yes, this next guy, I think this was EM, and see how he did. I don't know who it was, I think it was Evo, but he's trying to take down these rocket launchers, and they have so much HP, so it's getting hard for him to take these down. For shock launchers are still there also, and on both sides. So this is the guy, I think, that took down the shock launchers on the right side, which was nice because we needed that. So his heavies are moving in, the shock launchers are going to shock his heavies, which is nice, that they don't shock his Zukas. And the heavies will continue moving, and he shocked the shock launchers, which is a good idea, because if he didn't, it would have been a hard time for those heavies to get up there. So yes, so now the Zukas are providing the back power, almost all caught up to those heavies, the front line, and then they're going to start taking down these shock launchers, speed up a little bit, and they take down both of the shock launchers, which is good, because we needed that. Next, he's trying to take down these sniper towers, which is also good. He did more than I thought. But this base was just so hard to defeat. You guys don't even know. It took us 6 attacks to take down this base, and it took us 2 attacks to take down the other bases. So that's just a little something. So this guy's attacked by Mustafa. He's one of our lower end players, but he is a good attacker. So I'm pretty glad we have him. He's pretty active also. So he's taking down, he's using tanks, and he's just taking down these flame and machine guns, and he doesn't take down these, he kind of failed a little. See, he's gonna place a barrage. He should have been shocking the shock launchers and rocket launchers, but no, he placed barrages, and that cost him the downfall. He would have took down the shock launchers and the rocket launchers if he would have shocked the shock launchers and the rocket launchers, but overall good attack. So now let's move on to Gambit, and this Gambit. This is the hardest base, guys, and this is my attack, and my goal, I was using hookah and no medics, so I was taking down these rocket launchers. Let me zoom in a little, and I kind of failed on this rocket launcher placement. If you look at it, I thought the barrage would take it out, but it didn't, and I didn't have any more energy, so it kind of failed. So now I placed all my troops down over on this side of the beach, and it kind of split up into 2 columns. All the heavies go in one direction, all the Zukas go in the other, pretty much. All heavies are more split up. So the Zukas are just taking down these power cells, and luckily those rocket launchers didn't hit those Zukas. So I'm gonna flare over here. I'm gonna shock the rocket launchers, because whenever you're flaring with heavy Zuka, you always want to shock the rocket launchers, just so when they're all in a clump, they don't take them down. So now, as you see, guys, my Zukas won the front line, and so I had to reflare. So I reflared and smoked, and that hit all my Zukas, and I wasn't expecting to smoke all my heavies, but I ended up smoking all my heavies. Okay, so I'm moving into this base. So I ended up smoking my Zukas, because I didn't want the rocket launcher to hit any one of them, because it kind of does splash damage. So yeah, so I'm taking down these rocket launchers, and another Zuka hit that boom mine, which is good, because one Zuka is good to sacrifice. Now, I smoked these Zukas just in time, or they would have all died. But guys, look at that. 1 Zuka left. And that 1 Zuka is going to be a huge difference in the end of this battle. So, as you see, guys, these buildings are going down super fast. And that's because I do have that 1 Zuka. Now, he dies when all these heavies reflare. Yep, see, he just poofed. And I ended up smoking this 1 heavy. And if I would have never done that, the health on it would have been better. But it doesn't matter at the end of the battle. You guys will see it doesn't matter too much. So yeah, let's move on. I'm just gonna skip the Gambad and go back into the Atlas. Now, this is Jimmy, and he failed. I had a talk with him, and we made a decision. His warriors aren't high leveled enough to take down this HQ power source, so he ended up failing pretty badly. But that's just I talked to him about it, and we made kind of a deal. So now, Boom Ballistic is the one who took down Atlas. He was our last attacker, and this is what he did. So first, he'll take down these rocket launchers and shock launchers to his best ability, and so he took down both of the shock launchers, which is good, because we needed that, and he had a lot of energy, guys. So he smokes to the HQ, and boom, it just goes down, poof, like that. And that's what Jimmy should have did when he used his attack, but that's not what he did. So pretty good attack. Now, this is our last, oh, no, not that one. Our last battle was attacked by Gambat and Dayfox. He was the one who took down this Gambat, and he did a pretty good job. He's our top player, if you guys didn't know. He's the one that kind of carries the team. But, we kind of, like, the last two task forces, we worked together, and were able to take down one of these battles, like the hardest one, by ourselves. And that Boom Mine actually didn't do too much damage to his, Zukas. But yeah, it flees him up around this corner, and I cleared a good path for him because I took down all the rocket launchers, and I think if any one of our other members took this down, he would have failed. Not because he doesn't have the good troops. I mean, this Bailey, he kind of slopped us up at the very end, you guys will see, but see, he kind of, flares, and I would have flared back into the top left to the border, and then they would have came down from the top, but he still took it down, kind of sloppy though. He lost some troops, but that doesn't matter to him because he's a Jimmer. Anyway, guys, we took that one down. We got a total of, how much? 245 task force points. I can't see it too much because, yeah, I can't see it. But yeah, guys, I only had like an hour left until this, so I had to quickly record this because our last I didn't attack till the very end. So yeah, another thing, guys, is my warriors are going up to 15. I upgraded my armory to 16. I think it was 16. My armory is so under level, I have to upgrade it. But I upgraded my armory to 16, and then I could upgrade my warriors 2 more levels, and that's gonna be pretty awesome. But yes, I have my operation reward. Operation reward will be coming in soon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Remember, guys, there's a task force playlist down in the description down below. I guess that's all. Bye.